Over its long history, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, ICPAK, holds annual seminars to reflect on the profession and emerging issues affecting the nation. 24th to 28th May 2021 marked the 37th seminar that hosted delegates from various parts of the country and beyond to the 4-day event in Mombasa, coastal Kenya. Due to COVID-19 regulations, this year's edition was held in two venues, the Sarova White Sands Hotel and the Flamingo Beach Resort, attracting over 2,000 sitting delegates and tens of virtual attendees. The theme, Resilience and Reinvention, Embracing Change and Transformation, was just timely to discuss the number of issues coming to the fore of the nation.
What I look forward during this conference is how to go about accounting, especially during this COVID.
I continued attending the conference because it has something to add to the accountants. The accounting institution or the accounting profession in itself is a profession which is accepted, acknowledged worldwide, right? It adds value to the economy, it adds value to whatever is happening, and accountants. Look at each and every department, you will not miss accountants. They are a vital part of the professionals that we have in the country.
Part of ICPAK's annual seminar topics is resilience and reinvention during this pandemic. As accountants, especially in young professionals. And I believe as a woman, this is a platform for us to also bring ourselves up in the practice and be able to be recognized in terms of what are we bringing on the table, to be able to reinvent the practice, to be able to bring up more and young upcoming accountants who are joining the industry, and be able to also encourage university students to be able to see what new technologies, what new methods, what new inventions can we bring into the practice so that we are away from the old and books into systems, technology, to be able to create more new jobs, create more jobs, and also create better results, financial statements, reporting for the industries in which we work.
We're greatly honored to be able to welcome you to the 37th annual seminar, which incidentally comes at the wake of the pandemic at a time like never before. Allow me therefore to take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely for your tremendous support and commitment to the Institute over the years. The Institute is keen to ensuring that you have an enriching experience during this entire period of this seminar.
Yes, I think I'm very happy to be here today, and it's quite an honor to have been invited by ICPAK and the chair here, Rose Maura, the FCPM, Rose Maura, have invited me to come and address the accountants on this 37th annual seminar, and to share with them what's happening on the global pandemic, that's COVID, and what we can do to adjust our lives, adjust our practices, adjust our response as accountants within this new environment.
The big question here is, what is the role of accountants? What role can accountants play in the issue of risk management? You know, and we've had, the most critical thing is really educating yourself as an accountant. You need to be aware of all these various risks that are coming out. We've been told that the issue of the risk register, it's not just about what is written on paper, but really the actual risks as they are emerging. And you must challenge, as an organization, you must challenge those risks. What can go wrong within your organizations? You must educate your board, you must educate your senior management, and it's really your responsibility because in terms of all these risks, they're really business risks. It's not an information technology risk. right? And neither is it just cyber security. It's really a business risk. If you cannot run your business faster, then of course it means that you have a problem that has to be managed. So as the Institute, we're continuously, and that's why we hold forums like this, we're educating our members in terms of the role of accountants as business advisors and how they then can help their own organizations manage these risks, be aware of the risks and deal with the risks. So accountants, we're challenging you, take this information, educate yourself, educate your board, educate your management, and do something about protecting your own organizations and your own business continuity.
The profession of accounting is at the core of guaranteeing prudent use of public funds and even private funds where their accountability is required. And therefore, having voices continually and consistently informing the policy decisions of a country from the professional point of view is very useful and very critical.
The Institute is key on addressing, upholding public interest, and that is affecting corruption in this country. So what is the corruption level in this country and how can it be addressed?
Whatever we are learning at this point is what is needed for the current times. The morning session we had issues about governance, issues about risk management, and from a perspective of the profession, risk has become a major issue, especially because of the disruption that is there. So the members, together with us as council, we've learned a lot, especially on the issues of agenda, the issue of strategizing, and just having the real-time agenda so that we can be able to move the profession, move our organization in the right direction.
It is through this engagement, particularly with this ICPAK, who have been key stakeholders in terms of policy development and implementation of these policies. The ICPAK has played an important role in facilitating taxpayers and they educate them, file for them returns, and ensure that the level of compliance in the country is upheld. We know our challenges, and we know there is a way out of them. And the only way is to ensure that we enhance tax compliance, both at individual level, corporate level, and also particularly the professionals. They are the ones who are the eye of the government in terms of creating an enabling environment for taxpayers, because they're the ones who help them file their returns. So we need to work together as a team to ensure that the government doesn't borrow, because borrowing is an expensive way of funding the government. So let us focus on improving our tax compliance and ensure that our country develops.
My biggest take as a member of council and also as a professional accountant is that we as the accountants of Kenya, we as the regulators of the profession, we should be able to front this run and this big speech about governance. This starts from issues of corruption, where we as accountants, we should ensure that corruption is no longer something that the country is crying about. Let us practice ethics, let us practice governance, and this country is going to be in the right direction. It will be a Singapore of the future.
ICPAK is one of the most professionally organized and credible institutions. And we want to thank them for the influence that they're having on public accountability, which is really their core mandate. And they are doing it well. Our responsibility as non-state actors is to encourage them and come and share the details that we know and invite them also into our spaces to ensure that the language of accountability is heard, loud and clear and adhered to.
Accountants are spread all over this country, and they're the people who run the financials of this country. So they're the best people who are in the right place to ask the right questions on how to improve the system.
I think the takeaway here is just how technology has been facilitated to be able to have people in two different locations being able to communicate and even having international speakers who have been able to join in and also talk to our own professionals without any interruption. I think 3-4 years ago, we would not have done this. And right now, you don't necessarily have to have moved speakers from wherever they are. You can reach them out and they still give you the information that you need, and you'll provide that much needed expertise and pass it over to our profession.
Brilliant. Of applause for her, that's CPA Ibrahim Jubat. Another round of applause for him. Those are 3 already, yes?
Congratulations, hand over the packages to the rightful winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. Can you clap for yourselves for being in a fantastic audience? And as you go out there, maintain your professionalism at all times. We support you and we are praying for you, like the words of the CPA Sankale, who said, it's better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. If all of you upheld your professionalism, we will be fine as a nation.